Hey, so I told you in the last video blog that there's a list of things we can do that will hopefully help solve some of the issues and the tragic behaviors that are happening right now in our country. And though I spoke about one of them, we also recognized that the reality is we will never rid the world of the wicked people who do wicked things, and they continue to promote crime and hatred and division among people. In fact, we can't even rid ourselves personally of some of the wicked thoughts that we have during the daytime that we would never want to admit to anybody that we have actually had. The difference is that most of us stop those terrible thoughts from really ever turning into actions that come out of our hands or our mouths. But sometimes, right, in the heat of an argument or in an adrenaline motivated moment, we let some of those wicked things that come out of us that we regret later, and they sneak out of our mouths or maybe even out of our hands and into actions. Even some really good people struggle with doing or saying wicked or terrible things at times. So imagine how likely then it is, if good people struggle through that, how likely it is for wickedly motivated people to do evil things. So that really leaves us, I think, with very little hope for ever curing the problems that are happening in society right now. But there is one real cure that could actually change the course of history right now. And that cure would remove the wickedness that we have filling us inside of our hearts. Because it's from our hearts that those wicked things happen. Things like racist behaviors or crimes that cause us to fear police or abuse of the power that we have. And truly, what we know is this: there is only one way to remove the wickedness that is contained in the hearts of human beings. And that's through Jesus Christ. He is the only one capable of invading the depths of our hearts and purifying them of the evil thoughts and evil intentions that we have. And thereby, he's the only one that could cleanse a culture of its arrogant and hate-filled behaviors. Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9 says, "The heart is deceitful above all things, and it's beyond cure. Who can understand it?" Mark 7:21, Jesus says this, "For it is written within that out of a person's heart evil thoughts come." And he kind of goes on and gives a list, like sexual immorality and theft and murder and so on. Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 26, though, gives us some really, really amazing hope. Because this is where God says, you know what, that's the truth. That's where evil comes from. It comes from a man's heart, and it's wicked beyond cure. But here's the hope. And he says this, Ezekiel 36:26. God says, I'm capable. I can give you a new heart. I can put a new spirit in you. I'll remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit in you and move you to follow my decrees and be careful to keep my laws. God is the only one that can cure a heart of its wicked tendencies. And he does that through Jesus Christ. When a person comes to Christ, Christ comes in and is able to cure that heart. So, what do we as believers in Jesus Christ do in the meantime? Well, in the last verse of the book of Daniel, God tells Daniel, through the angel that he's speaking to him through, exactly what he should be doing through this process. Daniel 12:13 says this, "As for you, Daniel, Go your way until the end, and you will rest. And then at the end of the days, you will rise up to receive your allotted inheritance. God says, hey, Daniel, I want you to just keep on doing what you're doing. For us, God would be saying it this way. Just keep doing what is right. Keep standing for truth. Keep sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. Keep loving others as you love yourself. Just don't ever stop nor be afraid of doing the right things before God. And then, when your time on earth is done, you can rest from your labors. It'll be good to rest from those labors. Just keep laboring. You'll be able to rest from your labors in perfection. And then sometime in the future, he explains to Daniel, when the tribulation and the end times have actually finished their course, God's going to wreck even our human bodies in perfection and will give us an inheritance that we can't even imagine. Just keep doing right now what is right. Do what is right. Speak what is right. Tell others about the righteous one, that's Jesus Christ. Who knows? You might be the one that introduces someone to the only cure that exists for a wayward heart. And that, through Jesus Christ, would make the biggest difference in our current culture that could possibly happen. I hope you treasure that as a cool thought and live that way throughout this week. We'll see you soon.